Hello, Pastor EA Adeboye. I bring you greetings, sir. I want to react and give you a kind of open letter based on your recent reaction about what you said that Nigeria needs spiritual intervention based on the effort put together by the incumbent government or by the politicians and haven't done their best and it's not really working. Hence, we need divine intervention or spiritual intervention. Based on that, sir, I want to give an open letter to you. But before I go further, for those of you who may not have heard what he said, please hear him from the horse's mouth. Yes, sir.
I've come again this time around because it has become more and more clear to us that the problems our nation is facing is more than political. Our problem will require quite a bit of spiritual solution. We as a country are blessed. We are blessed with people with great intelligence. We are blessed with all manners of resources, and yet we have so many problems. And it's not as if the people in authority are not trying their best. They are doing as much as humanly possible. And I will find that when you have problems that are beyond human's ability to solve, then you call on the Almighty. The reason we call him the Almighty is because he has the power to solve all problems. And so we have been going around in our little way to support the efforts of all the various governments and parastatals to call on the Almighty to come to our aid because we need help.
I believe you guys have heard him. So, my dear Pastor EA Adeboye, you said they have done their best, that we need to resort into spirituality to get solution to Nigerian problem. That that we need God. I beg to disagree with you, sir. Because number one, when they were campaigning to be elected, most of their promises that they're going to fix Nigeria. Recently, people keep telling us like former CBN governor, Sanusi, he said that we should not blame the incumbent government, we should blame the previous government of Buhari who brought us into this mess. The same way was Buhari administration blaming PDP 16 years. But I want to ask former CBN governor, who brought Buhari that brought us into where we are? President Tinubu. Who is really Nigerian now? President Tinubu. So he is still the problem. And he promised before he brought Buhari, solution. When Buhari promised us about 4 refineries every year of his tenure, 1 refinery, none was done. Rather, they were funding an individual to build a refinery that a nation could not build, but an individual is able to build a refinery. I don't want to go there. Coming back to Pastor EA Adeboye, when they were campaigning, they never told us their best is not going to be enough. It was physical human being that campaigned and they were voting. We didn't vote any spirituality to come and fix Nigeria. So we don't need to resort to any spirituality we never voted for. We voted for them. They should fix Nigeria. It's very disheartening, my dear pastor, for you to attend such a function when much is expected from you to tell them the gospel truth that they have failed woefully, and you're telling them their best is not enough. Hence, we look for God's intervention when God has already given us the intervention for us to fix Nigeria. Nigeria is blessed with so many intellectualities, but why do we think that this crop of leaders, riggers, I don't call them leaders, this crop of riggers are the type we need in Nigeria? Why do you think so, sir? we took this set of people, and you think they're going to deliver the what is expected? My dear pastor, are you aware that the budget of 2024 is a clear evidence that these people don't mean well for Nigeria? The budget that was stipulated was not meant for spiritual purposes. They also they also martial arts they got enjoy from the budget, and they didn't put it to enjoy by the spiritual. They are being paid for the job they are not doing. And he wants me to keep praying to spirituality and for them to be eating the money. Let me bring into your consciousness if you don't know. Are you aware that the budget of 27.5 trillion naira is the recent 22-24 budget? In this budget, when you go through, take time to analyze the budget, you will understand that this is a budget to end corruption in a digital and in another dimension. It's a budget that depicts lack of preference, lack of priority of what the people are going through. This is a budget to enrich the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. In this budget, there is 4 trillion naira amounted for unforeseen expenses. That has always been the case in the Nigerian budget. You and I will agree with me that at the end of the year, that money will be found nowhere. It will be expended without any account of what they use it to do. They only put it there for them to just carve it out and put it in their pocket. Are you aware that the same budget, in the budget, they're going to borrow about $7.8 billion and 100 million euro? And what are they borrowing for? They are borrowing to service the debt that is already owed, not to pay the debt, to service debt. Are you aware of that? So we should call spirituality to come and know that we don't need to keep servicing debt, rather to pay debt. Pastor sir, are you aware in the budget that 1 billion has been marked for presidency sitting allowance? 1 billion for presidency sitting allowance. Are you aware of that, sir? Are you aware that the 98.5 billion is of president's cost, just his personal cost to take care of him, just for the president to take care of himself? 98.5 billion. Are you aware? Are you aware that 20 billion has been marked out for the renovation of Vice President's house? 2 billion has also been marked out for his house renovation in Abuja. 3 billion marked out for his house in Lagos, the same Vice President. This is just a calculated way of making the comfortable to be comfortable. A man that is already swimming in the ocean of comfortability, many more billions are being mapped out for them to be very much comfortable. If you put together, there's another 15 billion to build another residential house for the Vice President. Are you aware of that? If you put all this money mapped out for only Vice President alone, it's 4 times higher than 5 billion naira, which they were calling loan, student loan. It's 4 times higher than 5 billion loan for the student. Pastor Enoch, sir, are you very much aware that this government knows where the insecurity and those who are keeping Nigeria in the insecurity form? I know you are aware. The same people, because Tony Abacha said something, when an insurgent lasts for more than 24 hours, the government is involved. How can you tell me that when people kidnap, recently you were laying curses on those who kidnapped the monarch? Is the solution is laying curses? If the curses would have been working, why would they continue to do it? We don't need to lay curses. We need to lay curses on the government that could not fight insecurity, that are politicizing the insecurity. Do we need to lay curses on the government that when they catch these guys, they will take them they will give, the order will be received for them to be released. Some of your pastors were kidnapped during when your pastor was the vice president. A member of Deeper Love were murdered in cold blood in Abuja. Your pastor was the vice president. Nothing was done about it. The spirituality prayer could not stop it. It had continued unabated. And you keep telling us that we should resort to spirituality. My dear pastor, it's high time we stopped allowing people to castigate Christianity. When you meet with this political elite, these riggers, learn, please, sir, tell them the truth so that let's see if they can change. So telling us that we should return to spirituality is diversion of priority. It's diversion of attention. We voted human being. We didn't put any spiritual God. God is not interested in the business of politics. He has given it to the affairs of men to handle. So I will pray and appeal with you, sir. Tell the people the truth that we don't need spirituality. Rather, we need to change these wicked riggers to leave the throne. And please help me share this video. Make sure it gets to all members of RCCG and all the Christians all over the world. Thank you. My name is Joe Vika.